This map illustrates the reach of 16th century Mughal expansion. Under Akbar, the empire's military machine moves methodically across the subcontinent. The dark red shading swallows up neighboring states in quick succession, as one king after another decides that surrendering their sovereignty is the only way to avoid total annihilation. But as the map zooms in, a single pocket remains unshaded. This is the kingdom of Mewar. While surrounding regions incorporate into the imperial zone, Mewar stands isolated, maintaining a refusal to bow to the authorities in Delhi. When Maharana Pratap takes the throne in 1572, he inherits a kingdom under siege. His treasury is exhausted from years of defense, and the political pressure from the Mughal Empire has reached a breaking point. The path forward is narrowed to two choices. He can offer his allegiance to the Mughals, trading his independence for peace, or he can maintain his autonomy and prepare his kingdom to face a military force designed for total conquest. Before committing his armies, Akbar attempts a political takeover. He dispatches several diplomatic envoys to this waterfront palace in Udaipur. His final messenger is Man Singh, a rival Rajput king who had already placed his own forces under Mughal command. Pratap receives Man Singh with the expected hospitality, but draws a strict line. When a royal feast is prepared, Pratap refuses to attend. He sends word that he will not share a meal with a Rajput who has allied himself with the invading Mughal forces. Man Singh recognizes the rejection immediately. He leaves the palace without touching the food, effectively ending the diplomatic dialogue and ensuring a full-scale imperial invasion. Knowing war is inevitable, Pratap takes a public vow of asceticism. He abandons the comforts of the throne, choosing to sleep on a bed of dry leaves and eat from plates made of foliage until Mewar is liberated. When a king leaves his palace to live in the forest, the gap between the monarchy and the common people closes. By voluntarily sharing the deprivation of his subjects, Pratap creates a shared identity of resistance. His vow serves as visible proof to his people that his defiance is a personal conviction, not a political maneuver. This 16th century miniature painting captures the brutal collision of the Battle of Haldigati in 1576. Here, Pratap's coalition army meets the full, organized weight of the Mughal infantry and cavalry. Pratap enters the field as a formidable physical presence. Look at the thickness of this metal chestplate and chainmail. The weight of his gear requires a level of endurance that few on the battlefield could match. In the heat of the fight, Pratap spots Man Singh commanding from atop an elephant. He drives his horse, Chetak, directly toward the beast, launching a massive spear strike. The attack misses the commander, but a sword attached to the elephant's trunk severs one of Chetak's legs. With their king wounded and his horse dying, the Mewar army is forced to retreat. Pratap escapes only after a loyal commander named Jala Bida seizes the royal umbrella, acting as a decoy to draw the Mughal assault away from the king. Haldigati exposes a difficult reality. A smaller kingdom cannot survive a war of attrition in a pitched conventional battle against an empire with near limitless reinforcements. Pratap shifts the theater of war. He abandons the high-walled, static forts that the Mughals are trained to besiege and moves his entire operation into the steep, uneven terrain of the Aravalli Hills. This relocation depends on the indigenous Bill tribes. These archers possess a total mastery of the terrain, allowing Pratap to strike the empire's supply lines with a speed that regular infantry cannot counter. To sustain this effort, a merchant named Bamashah provides a critical financial lifeline, offering his personal treasury to the cause. This capital allows the resistance to manufacture weapons and maintain supplies deep within the mountain passes. By fighting alongside tribal bowmen and local merchants, Pratap creates a mobile, integrated force. This cross-class alliance negates the Mughals' numerical advantage, as the imperial hierarchy struggles to navigate a war where there is no clear front line. In 1582, Pratap tests this strategy at the Battle of Dewar. This schematic shows a fortified Mughal outpost restricted by the narrow valley floor. Pratap's forces utilize the high ground, swarming the static garrison with quick, decentralized strikes. The ambush is efficient and high impact. During the fighting, Pratap's son, Prince Amar Singh, launches a spear strike with enough force to drive through the Mughal commander and his horse simultaneously. With their leadership gone and their positions overrun, the imperial garrison collapses. 36,000 Mughal troops surrender to the guerrilla force. Defied demonstrates that the empire's supply lines are vulnerable. By utilizing the terrain to negate a massive numerical disadvantage, Pratap forces the Mughal command to reconsider the cost of holding territory in the hills. After Defied, the momentum shifts. Pratap systematically recaptures 32 forts across the region. As you look at these reclaimed walls, you see the result of a stabilized kingdom. Trade routes reopen, and the economy of Mewar begins to recover. Significant compromises remain. Iconic strongholds like Chittorgarh, seen here, stay under imperial control. However, the constant attrition in the mountains drains the empire's interest. Eventually, Akbar is forced to abandon his campaign against Mewar. In 1597, at the age of 57, Maharana Pratap dies from an injury sustained during a hunting accident. He passes away as a sovereign ruler, having successfully maintained the independence he vowed to protect. Pratap's strategy serves as a blueprint for asymmetric defense. He demonstrated that holding a kingdom against an empire relies on a combination of terrain mastery, cross-class alliances, and a leadership that refuses to trade its autonomy